Hi, my name is Chad. I'm gonna do a competitive analysis on Chester. The first is looking at the strengths of the company, and obviously sales at 186.5 million, which is about 6 million more than the second place company. So they're dominating the market in that end. Um, their EBITDA out of that is about 10.4 million, and though their profit was only about 1.7, they had a dramatic increase in round four, which means they were really prepping themselves for an economic upward swing. So they did a really good job in positioning themselves in what seemed to be an economic downturn. And going with that, they positioned for a strong year four. They had 21.7 million inventory on hand, which really isn't too bad, though it did affect their cash position at negative 36 million. And their capacity was all over 800, with plant utilization staying over 120%. And the reason that I think that is a stronghold is because they were prepping themselves for the future rather than focusing so much on the present. A weakness is their SGA percentage was at 18.6. I think based on their sales that they could really maybe amp it up and increase even more of the market share that they currently have. Um, with their negative cash position, some of the decisions they made, their stock price did decrease about $12.72 per share. Um, and then, like I said before, I think a weakness that they have is that their cash position is negative $36.8 million. Looking at the products, and what I found was these to be the weakness for certain reasons, but they really did not have a weak product in the market. The first one is cake, and the only reason is because it has 14% market share, which all the other products are right around or above 20% to 30% of the market share. So that's just the reason it's one of their weak products. They have a 76% customer awareness, which it leads the market, but for how much money they're spending, you would think they'd have in the 80s. And then they had 38 customer surveys, which was second or third in the market, um, which shows that they need to put a little more focus on developing the product cake. The next one is Coat, and though they own the market share at 32%, they have a 19% contribution margin, which means that they could be spending their money in the variable cost and maybe TQM to really improve that margin. Their automation really on every product is pretty weak, and this one in particular at 3.5. And then and I put that their plant utilization's at 186%, which means they didn't strategize for their production line very well, though it did seem like we had an economic downturn, which in essence actually was beneficial for them in the long run. So I put that down, though I don't think that's actually necessarily a weakness in the long term decision making. And then product strengths is Cure at 29% market share. With that, they have a good contribution margin at 32%, and they had 54 customer surveys and 83% customer accessibility, which means that their marketing strategy for this product is very strong. The last one is Cedar, and they have a 33% contribution margin while owning 21% of the market share and leading in a very competitive market, where they sold about 1,578 units. They led in customer surveys, and their age strategy at 7.6 years is very strong, especially because that is one of the strongest buying criteria for that market.